This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. This game is not suitable for children or those who are yeah. This is a anime game, This is an anime game that I was told I would like by a couple people because it's kind of like slow burn, weird shit kind of thing. I don't know the details. I made sure I wasn't spoiled. I watched like the first couple minutes of someone else play this game, and I read one review which very much intrigued me. It said it basically was quoting this little blurb here, and their response was, "I now consider myself easily disturbed." So I'll hope for the best. So I guess it's just a click game, click visual novel. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression, aka me, may not have safe experience playing this game. Yeah. But it's also safe for people 13 or older. I gotta check I don't know what the volume is on this. Let me turn this back up. I gotta check I don't know what the volume is on this. Let me okay, let me turn it back down a little bit on OBS. That might be good. I don't know. Let's see. Doink. I've never played a visual novel game at all, I don't think. Okay, so now let me check the volume again, because that's okay, so now let me check the volume again, because I think that'll be alright. Boy, I sound extra monotone today. I had caffeine, so I should be awake, but I don't know. Just my natural voice is unenthused. Settings. Text speed. Slow. That seems a bit slow. This. I think that'll be good. Auto forward time? What does that mean? Speed up text a little bit. This is a visual novel. Apparently somewhat of a... has dating simulator elements, so let me get fully immersed. Use my actual name. I see, so this is me talking. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air, like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. How embarrassing. That girl is Sayori. I hope there's not a whole lot of names that I'm gonna butcher in this. My neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Sure. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me.
I overslept again. But I caught you this time.
Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you.
Eh? You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Garrett.
Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. You gross.
Fine.
I don't know how long I can keep up, like, voice acting. I'm not a good voice actor as is, and I'm wildly inconsistent. You may know this about me. So I'll see how much endurance I can handle.
But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to.
That's very true of me. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
By the way, Garrett, have you decided on a club to join yet?
A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either.
That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year.
Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on average while spending my free time on games and anime. So I actually don't even watch anime myself in real life. I watched like some Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid. Just never really got into other animes. This is like the first anime entertainment in any form that I've done in years, unless you count like playing as Marth or something in Smash Brothers.
I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college.
Joke's on you, I won't have any skills after college.
Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're used to the real world.
So, what's a NEET?
A newt? You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you.
Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though.
Well, at least you promise me you'll try a little?
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yay!
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. In your head, in your head. School is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. That's me every time I wake up. Clubs. Clubs. Slugs. Bit weird. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
Hello?
Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom.
I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know.
You know what?
Well, that you could come to my club.
Sayori.
Yeah?
There is no way I'm going to your club.
Meanie.
Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. Hey Dilly, what's up? This is also Vice President of my dick-sucking club, but we don't mention that, alright? I'll be sure not to mention that, Dilly. Thanks for coming by. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Come on, please.
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki, I made cupcakes and everything.
Don't make promises you can't keep. Sounds like a Bond villain threat. No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die! I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's just so cunning as to have planned out all of this. I let out a long sigh. Throw her out the window? I don't think I can. No. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yes, let's go.
That's a quote from Dr. No, the very first James Bond film. I didn't even realize that. I think the only Bond film I've seen is Skyfall. I know some Bond quotes here and there. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I've sold my soul for less. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Yeah, Daniel Craig is He's been at it for a while.
Everyone, the new member is here.
I told you don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Well, I know who I'm picking for my waifu. Girl 1. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna have a hard time doing different schoolgirl voices. I can't do like a good single girl voice as is, but I don't know. Maybe I'll make the pitches. She seems like a deeper voiced girl. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Garrett, what a nice surprise. I could just do like totally unfitting voices too. Welcome to the club! All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Oh my god. What are you looking at? I'm looking at the purple-haired girl. Can you step aside? If you want to say something, say it! Sorry. Natsuki? The girl with a sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably 5 years old. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, and then licks it, then turns back towards the other girls.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club.
Oh, their intelligence is hot.
Don't say things like that.
Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Oh yeah, is this a shy girl? Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? Monica, it's a white girl sounding name. Oh my god, you can't just say that. It's racist. That's right. It's great to see you again, Garrett. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, a real high school thought. Monica, aka Better Sayori, Dilly says. Yeah, even their hair's like pretty similar. Yeah, she's like the evolved Pokemon of Sayori. Longer hair, typical Pokemon evolution feature, having like longer tendrils and such. Basically completely out of my league. I was very I say was like I'm not still, but I had a lot of low self-esteem, especially in high school. So this character is reflective of me. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little arousing. You too, Monica. Come sit down, Garrett. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. But who will I sit next to? I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. You're telling me. Excuse me. Then how about I make some tea as well? Of course she'd be a top tier girl. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. This doesn't look like a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Look at that Prince side-on smile she has. I just need a little, like, a glimmer here and her to give a thumbs up. Master Link, got those shock arrows ready? Ta-da! And slams my head into a pencil. Ooh. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Kittens. Let's see them. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Enjoy this game, I'm off to grind D2 shit and be a weeb. Alright, well maybe this game will turn me into a weeb, we'll see. So, thanks for stopping by for a little bit. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It follows. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. But it wasn't from the cupcake. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. No, you know what I do? I learned this in college. Probably the most, like, useful thing I learned in college. Someone taught me to take, like, the bottom part of a cupcake off, like, rip it off, separate it from the muffin top, and then put it on top of the icing, so it's like a sandwich. And ever since then, that's been, like, the only way I eat cupcakes. And whenever I do that, people look at me like I just, like, discovered fire. It's good, try it out. It evens the flavor. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Oh. So is she into me? And is this gonna be a game of, like, you break other girls' hearts by choosing one of them? Is she waiting for me to take a bite? Yeah, but not of the cupcake. I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. This is a tasty cupcake. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Am I thinking this? made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for, you, dummy. You cuck. Alright. So, we're gonna start a business called Dallas Buyers Club. So I can get rid of these aides, Murph. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. No. I don't like hot drinks, actually, at all. I exclusively drink iced coffee. I like frappes. I drink milkshakes in the dead of winter. Don't like cider, don't like tea. Yeah, guess I'm weird. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for you, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you decide to consider the literature club? I was afraid to answer this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. Well, maybe you should feel right at home, okay? I think I completely fucked that sentence up. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? I'm kind of like illiterate and dyslexic, so forgive me if I have a hard time with a visual novel. I'm also an English major, by the way, so kind of gotta I don't know. I can't think of a word to say because I'm a bad English major. As president of Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club at least? Why are you doing that? What? That can't be comfortable to stand and just bend over that. Monica. You having back pain? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. I feel like Monica has like the most like stiff, like neutral stance. Her arms are like in fists, just straight out. Like she's ready to like be berated by a drill sergeant.
Monica really is a great leader. She could be a world leader.
Yuri also nods in agreement. Yeah, Monica stands like she has a stick firmly wedged up her ass. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. I gotta think of like a weird voice for Monica, because she's like the only one right now that I'm having like trouble like. I'm not even like trying. I have my like angry girl voice for the pink one. There's high pitch falsetto for Sayori. Yuri's kind of lower. I need something just like totally off for you, Monica, because you're like, I don't know. Your name's Monica, which isn't very Japanesey. I'm not gonna do the Brian Johnson voice though. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Maybe she'll be a Scottish girl. Can work on my Scottish accent. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow from this club before we graduate. I think I'm rolling my R's a bit too much. Right, everyone? I can't help it. It just happens when I do a Scottish accent.
Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Does she have like a fang? It's like quite a bit of a canine you got there. Such different girls, all voiced by one idiot, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature.
So, Garrett, what kinds of things do you like to read?
Well, the Bible. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. I read biology books on, like insects and arachnids. Do you like arachnids? What's your favorite arachnid, Yuri? Manga. Okay, yeah. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Her whole body kind of perked up too. You know, she's kind of got like a weird stiff stance too. Fists. But it somehow seems like more natural than Monica. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Which reminds me, I still need to watch The Lord of the Rings. I just watched like a bunch of Scorsese movies. And I'm like, I should just watch The Lord of the Rings because they're long. I haven't seen them. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. It's okay, I dork out about movies. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. Yeah, fuck people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Have you seen It Comes at Night, Yuri? It's a psychological horror thriller. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh, you do like horror. Yeah, I knew I chose the right waifu. I don't know if I get to choose. But, this is my pick. If I get to choose, no doubt. I read a horror book once. I don't know how many horror... I've, like, never read Stephen King. I remember reading a vampire book called Bite when I was in, like, middle school. It had a lot of vampire sex and blood. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be trying to do a bad Scottish accent. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why's that? He's scary. Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give me that back. Fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Sayori gets dragged on the X-axis up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example to help Natsuki feel comfortable, even enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri.
Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own.
I might be doing Irish now, I don't really know. I kind of like can't do like a hard distinction between them. Scottish and Irish.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah! Let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Garrett?
Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. There's still one problem.
What's that, laddie?
Now that we're back on the original topic of me joining a club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, oh. I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
But... I'm sorry, I thought... Garrett...
You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yes! I'm so happy!
Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey...
You really did scare me for a moment.
If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed.
Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club!
Ah, thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting, so we can all share. Monica looks over at me.
I don't need to do the Scottish anymore. Monica looks over at me once more.
Garrett, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel anxiety welling up inside me. But that's just because of my disorder. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey Garrett, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
Alright, Chapter 1. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Which one would I like to kiss the most? Sayori? Nah. Natsuki? Nah, not into the like, fake bitchiness. The, like, hard to get rude girl. Yuri. Yep, that's the one. Monica. Monica's pretty good. I'll admit that. Monica's pretty cute, confident. But Yuri's got that, like, shy girl who's into horror. That's the one for me. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Closer. Closer. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. How did you find me? And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Tonight? Whoa, what? Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most, okay? So let's look for words Yuri will like. Okay, horror, yeah. Yeah, okay, so yeah, shows you who likes it. After image. Yeah, that looks like a good Yuri word. Yuri seems to be, out of these three, the most, like, probably has the best vocabulary, I'd say. You have things like cry, cheer, candy. I'm not sure what would be a... Like, if I was gonna go for one of these girls, it'd be harder, I think. Fantasy. Huh? Oh no, I thought that was Yuri. Yuri said she liked fantasy worlds. Universe. Yeah, okay. Grief. What? Why are you grief? Effulgent. I don't even know what this word means. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. This music, though. I like that, like, echoey, like, icy synth sound. It's in, like, the, well, it's in a Linkin Park song. It's also in, what's it called? Vendrona Drifts in Metroid Prime. I really like that sound. It's very ambient. It's good. I'll stroke Yuri's mane. Vertigo. Yeah. Fickle. Incapable. Okay, good. I think we're on a good. Okay, so there's 20. I just noticed that. So hopefully it'll just like round me up to whichever has the most. Starscape? Yeah. You would not believe your eyes. Nibble. Nibble. Philosophy? Yeah. Very intelligent Yuri. These colorful vocab words. Unrestrained? Yes. Depression. Prayer. Yeah. At least it gives you a number. Like there's clearly more than like 3 words here, so if you're not sure if a word goes to the girl you like, you can look for another one. Infallible. Ooh. It's good. Yeah. Incongruent. Ooh. These are good words. Tenacious. Pleasure. I want to see who pleasure goes to. Oh, that's Yuri also. Vivacious. I think Yuri is smarter than me. this is. Viva la Vicious. Of course, that's for her. Uncontrollable. Variance, uncanny. It's good. Strawberry. Yuri has a lot of like excuse me, soda's catching up with me. A lot of like emo words going on. So. Heaven sent. That's good. That is good. I realize that's one word. Contamination. Yeah, that was like 80% Yuri. Hello again, Garrett. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at their literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Garrett. What are you, like Princess Zelda? Am I handing you back the ocarina? I hope this isn't too overwhelming and of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature club when you're not accustomed to it. Well, that's not what I'm here to dive headfirst into, but it's, you know, it's in the peripheral. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You know, you're not getting a poem written about you when you're, I don't know. Isn't there a word for, like, characters like this that, like, act like total cunts to the main character, but they really have, like, a huge crush on them? Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. Well, But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection. Oh, sorry. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Was that just turn a little Jamaican there? Toasty. Natsuki finds herself stuck between Monica and manga. Between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Garrett always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. I'm spying on him. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room, cleaning other things.
How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. I thought it said disturbing. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Well, I was just lighting romantic candles in my shrine of you. Is that so?
You two are really good friends, aren't you? No, we're not as good as you and me are gonna be. Don't fuck this up for me, Sayori. I might be a little jealous. Oh, yeah? Yeah, a jealous type, huh?
How come? You and Garrett can become good friends too.
I hope we will.
Sayori.
As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into.
Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Oh, wait, Sayori. Eh?
Oh. Me?
Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind.
Sayori made it sound
like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do?
What do I do? What do I do?
I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright.
Well, here.
It's gonna be like a cockroach dressed as, like 4 cockroaches dressed as the Beatles. Just something really like weird. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out. So I got you this book on bug anatomy. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention. It's National Geographic. It's a magazine about bugs, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted.
This is... How's this girl accidentally being so cute? Those shy girls, man. They have their own body language. Just radiates. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
That's what I say, like, every time I recommend someone a movie. Let me know what you think. Let's have a discussion. Let's get drunk and have a Red Letter Media panel discussion. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monita to kick off some scheduling activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Oh, the music changed. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and her eyes meet for a split second. Hold on. Okay. Oh, perfect. We got it in one image. Hold on, this will be worth it. Not here. Where'd it go? Where the hell is it? I might need to... Alright, the amount of time I've spent trying to do this is like... Where is it? Why is it gone? I just downloaded it. Yeah, it's having some troubles. Where'd it go? Oh well. That's very strange. Unless it's in here? No, I don't know. I was trying to find... I found the picture, but it's not showing up in my files, even after I saved it. It's the picture of Mac and Charlie from Always Sunny locking eyes. But, oh well. I wasted way too much time trying to get that. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Hello, Weeb Review. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Sorry. I was just spacing out. Yeah, I was spacing out trying to find an image of Mac and Charlie. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I like how I just did Yuri's voice for myself. Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Rereading a book is like a concept that just... It's just beyond me. Like I rewatch movies all the time, because like you pick up on new like visuals you didn't notice, and like with like the music and just the atmosphere of the shot, you can like re-experience some of the emotions. But I don't feel like that's true for a novel. Like, I don't know. Like once you read it, you've experienced it. The thing is, because a movie goes in, like, a movie has a set amount of time, and reading a book is like, it's however long it takes you to read, so... movies have pacing, is what I'm trying to say, and the pacing is what gives things like beats, different beats of like intensity. I don't know. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Ah, well, when I stopped by the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. Yeah, she really liked my poem. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous... My cat is sticking its paws under my door from the outside. He's like lifting like up along the face of the door like he's trying to get the lock. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. Wow, sounds like a huge nightmare. That's kind of fucked up. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Garrett? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. Despite me writing a poem with dark, introverted vocabulary. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. That's fucked up. I don't think I can add images like on the fly. I need to like restart the OBS. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. Have you seen Taxi Driver? It's a classic Scorsese movie. He likes to write about
He likes to direct movies where the script is about an anti-hero. I'm rambling, aren't I?
Not again.
I'm sorry. Oh, shit. Hey, don't apologize. It's too late to apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry.
That just means you're passionate about reading.
The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, isn't after all?
Ah, that's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you were looking forward to it. Let me get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I start here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah, scooch on.
Ah, what are you doing?
Yeah? Are you sure?
You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. That's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Good God. My cat has been very distracting over there. He really wants in here. But he always tries to fuck my blanket. He just finds this one blanket, bites it, keeps it in his mouth the whole time, and just starts humping it. And then he tries to play with my computer wires when he's done with that. So he's not getting in here. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Like my cat's trying to distract me.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. Yeah, I remember trying to read a book, when they didn't have enough copies to pass around, you had to read, next to someone. It's really awkward, actually. Because I usually read at a slower pace than a lot of other people, so I get anxious about that. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. And her breathing on my neck. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
You really apologize a lot, don't you? I already told you, it's too late to apologize.
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I
do know people that over-apologize. And then they apologize for apologizing too much. That's real. It's usually people that are, shy, introverted.
Ah ha ha ha.
Ah ha ha! Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
Ah, I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Oh, guys, it's happening. Yuri's the waifu. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh, perspective change. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it up under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. Excuse me, Yuri, I need to go to the bathroom. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Eh? To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. God damn it. You're really gonna make me try to find this. I got another idea. Sneep, sneep. That's the way it's gonna be. Make sure this saves. So this is in pictures, so this will be Mac Charles. Okay. I promise it's gonna be worth it this time. So I don't know where the hell that other one went. But there we go. Just leave that there for a little bit. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah? Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Oh, Jesus. It's a little bit overdramatic, dude. It's just a book. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Well, when you put it that way, it's kind of hot. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. I don't know if you should say that to someone. It's not a huge compliment. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. Yeah, maybe stop talking. Don't fuck this up. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. You fucked it up. Yuri remained silent for a moment. But Garrett, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. You asshole. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. There's not something that someone's self-conscious about. It's just like, it's just not a compliment. I guess I more meant it that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first two chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. I notice the word slip has come up a lot in this visual novel. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends, and I become as stiff as Monica. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't we find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I share my poem to first? I don't know. In reality, it might come across as desperate if you're reading with Yuri, then like, oh, I want to share my poem too right away. That might be what the game wants, since it wants you to pick who your desired waifu is. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. That's true, she'll probably be the least judgmental. Maybe. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. I think I just felt something awaken inside me, like some deep-rooted, psychological, fantasy stuff, like high school. I didn't really, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really date when I was in high school, so now, that's one of my kinks. So I think we're just gonna keep going. Just gonna keep going and pretend I didn't just say that. What kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. I see. Why don't you just tell me it sucks? Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding the poem and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I switch the voices. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. I like how she used the word tendrils, and that's what I was referring to Monica's hair.
bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. That's good. It's a good finish, strong finish. I flicker back. I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Ah. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you in a ghost series? Do you believe in ghosts? That question comes up a lot on first dates, I've found. Usually I'm the one asking it. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Garrett. It's about you. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it, after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in the world. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past.
Sure stuff in it. Words. Tick tock, boring. Was disappointed to waste money on it. Don't listen to my half-star rating. I really wanted to rate it 0 stars. Ridiculous jerk-off movie. It sucked. It's just a dead man under a sheet watching his girlfriend like a 10-year-old's Halloween costume throughout the entire movie. I'll never get that hour and a half back. I am clueless as to what this was even all about. Boring, boring, boring. Did I say boring? Do not rent unless you want to watch someone eat pie for 5 min or a ghost stand there for 10 min. Too artsy fartsy and vague. Overall, the plot made no sense and just didn't add up.
Alright, that's enough of that for now.
Soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it
that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so...
Nah, brah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
Ah. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Garrett. Always do your best.
Ah, there's a lot of ahs. Ah. I guess that's kind of just an anime thing, isn't it? Me too. do the other ones anyway. I trust Monica. Monica is smart. She may have a good thing to say. Hi, Garrett. Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, alright? Alright. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Garrett. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we're all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. So just listen to what I do. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Garrett. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easier for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Oh, what's up with her hands? What's up with her fingernails? Is that just the lighting? It kind of looks like she has like huge acrylic nails going on. I think that's just the lighting. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayuri, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. I like that too. I like when things are vague and up to interpretation. Ambiguous. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. I think I just said that. I wasn't paying attention. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but it'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else expects you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ah ha ha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. Is everyone in this story going to be, like, depressed and hiding it behind a facade? So that's going on, isn't it? This is a game that's going to be about, like, the intricate layers of depression. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction the sparkle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like
I feel I'm left out in the sun. But it's too late to apologize. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole in infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that's kind of the style that's got pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of comforting. It's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard and get so far to make it perfect, then you'll never make it any progress. Getting that dry throat time at the stream. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Well, that almost sounded like a beetle. Remember, you're not a beetle, we're in the Protractors, whatever our band name is, the Scottish band that did 5,000 miles. 500 miles, sorry, 5,000, that's way too much to walk. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright, let's do our BFF.
This is a good poem, Garrett. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course, of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right. But that's why it impresses me. Well, to be honest, it's shit. I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room.
Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Garrett. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that's only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture in my motive here. Then again,
I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah?
And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? Oh, whoops.
And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right?
Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Why did I stop the voice?
Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that.
Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
I liked that it rhymed. I do like rhymes. Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No. Just a little bit. You can't answer.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. Sure you can. It's like, do you like pickles? Just a little bit. That works.
I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Why? I gotta pay attention to the names of this.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah. But next time, I won't forget.
And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. I'm getting I'm getting bad vibes from Sayori. Feel like she's got like issues. Like I'm keeping in mind the warning this game gave. Disturbing shit is gonna happen, and like I can assume. I don't think it's a crazy guess to say like someone's gonna die. Someone's probably gonna commit suicide or something. It's probably gonna be Sayori, and it's just gonna take a very sharp like tonal turn and become very real. Oh, Dilly's back. Welcome back, Dilly. She eats worms, dude. She might eat worms. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Oh, you never left? You never truly leave. Dilly is always there. He'll be right here. Puts two hands on a glowing Adobe After Effects on my chest. Alright, let's talk to this bitch.
Garrett, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home.
What?
Harsh. What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? Do you think I'm a bitch?
I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? What's the matter? Gonna cry? Gonna piss your pants, maybe? Maybe shit and cum?
Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again.
Fair enough. Choke slam her? Yeah, if only. She looks... She's definitely the thinnest. I don't know if I'm gonna get Me Too'd for commenting on a fictional anime girl's body physique. But she's very thin. She'll probably snap like plywood. Just right over the knee. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid.
Eagles can fly. What is this, like, Yoshi's New Island baby music? Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. But that's about it. See, it hits you at the end. People can try, but that's about it. It's very, this music's killing me. Yeah, so... Okay, it kind of has a strong finish. It's social commentary, I guess.
Yeah.
I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. I don't know.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message...
Oh, that's me. Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up a rhyme at the end, but then made it all fall flat.
Yeah, go ahead and explain, like, exactly what makes your art good. Don't have an ego or anything.
It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
Although I do have to say I kind of agree with her. So you did, I guess, more went into that than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. And a vampire. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, guess not. I decide to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Nothing can take that away from me. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. As if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language?
Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy.
Ah, thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. BT dubs. Sayori liked it, and Garrett did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Oh, this looks like we got a cat fight breaking out. These two are going at each other's throats, which I haven't yet.
And Garrett liked my poem too, you know.
Oh boy, here I am. Caught between two waifus. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what I...
Uwu?
You're just... Yuri stands up as well, standing tall. Yuri's the tallest one, isn't she, based on how she stacks up against the other girls when on screen. My girlfriend's actually like an inch taller than I am, too. I see a lot of Yuri in my girlfriend. Now that I think about it. She's got that introverted, kind of quiet, but very smart. She's a very smart girl. Yuri.
Maybe you're just jealous that Garrett appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? I'm gonna have to choose, aren't I? It's gonna make me choose who I like more. Yeah, Dilly, I'm still dating that girl. It's going very well.
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ooh.
Is everyone okay?
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as it got. Oh shit! Oh fuck! The sleeves are gonna get rolled up now. Great. Now you got me looking at the breast sizes comparisons, and yeah, there's a. It's like that shot of of Mufasa sitting next to Simba in The Lion King.
Natsuki.
Natsuki, that's a little,
This doesn't involve you.
Oh, they both say that.
I don't like fighting, guys.
What is this carnival music? I don't know. It's better than the recorder Yoshi music we were hearing earlier. But yeah, it is. This is kind of clowny. Got some we got a clown track going on. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Now choose!
Garrett. She's just trying to make me look bad.
You know, that's I don't care if you stuff, Yuri. It's all right. I like you for you.
She started it.
If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective,
then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Garrett.
no, I gotta say, I like symbolism more.
Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning them most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting to yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Garrett? Well,
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Oh. Yeah, I know, I definitely agree. If this was in real life, I'd say, yeah. Yeah, I like expressive language. I like those hot 3-syllable vocab words. Monica, the arms dealer, is now hosting me. Thanks for the host, Monica. I'm gonna guess you're a fan of this game.
see? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously.
I understand.
Yuri? Huh?
You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed.
Well, that's...
But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. What am I, their dad all of a sudden? Oh god, I shouldn't have said that.
That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute.
I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. Ooh woo.
But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that...
Natsuki, I think that's enough.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Oh, sorry. Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, it doesn't even matter. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling bad for her. Oh god. People are gonna start killing themselves.
Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head.
Sorry, she doesn't need to...
You know what? I'm going to do that. You'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now.
Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Damn.
Natsuki...
She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything alright?
I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now.
No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't know about that. I don't think any less of you. I do agree with that, though.
Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Garrett. You're too kind.
I'm thankful to have you as part of this... I'm thankful to have you as part of this club now. Guys, I think I'm gonna get a Yuri waifu pillow. It's nothing. One more thing.
That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. These puppies are all natural. So,
Huh? What thing did Natsuki say?
Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea.
Ah, good tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Even though I don't like tea.
Yeah?
Okay. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How do you feel about sharing poems?
It was a lot of fun.
Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly.
Garrett, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Oh, more poems? We're not gonna write, like, prose or anything? Not gonna write a short story? This is literature club, not poetry club. And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can do a little better job impressing those I want to impress. Wink wink, yuri yuri. I nod to myself with newfound determination.
Garrett! Ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go. I'm gonna feel bad about this girl. She's so, like, girl next door cute. Like, neighbor girl that you grew up with, which I think is what they said. They're like, friends as children. But yeah. Yeah, I feel like she's, like, bottling, like, depression up. That's, yeah. This is gonna be a game of guilt. Casey, welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's a miracle that I'm streaming after like 2 months. I finally got employed again, so now I can not feel guilty for dicking off streaming, knowing that I have an income incoming. Sayori beams at me. Her eyes open, and she fires frickin' laser beams out of her frickin' head. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier.
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often?
No! That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that.
Oh god, am I that hot? Girls are fighting over me?
I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you.
Phew! You know, Garrett, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. You wanna hit up the club later? Get down? Let our sweat hit the floor on the floorboards? But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest.
Oh, I think I see where this is going, and this is heartbreaking. Like, I feel like I'm like her, like, long time, like, crush. She wanted me to come to this club to, like, get closer to me. And now she's trying to, like, hide the fact that she really wants to be with me, but I want to be with Yuri. That's just a theory, though, a game theory.
And I think everyone really likes you too.
That's... Bad Kid Games, welcome to the stream. Three-way? Yeah. Not an option for that. Didn't do that. No one has three-ways in high school anyway.
Every day is going to be so much fun.
It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught onto the kind of situation I'm in. I think she does, dude. I think you're not reading between the lines here. I think she knows exactly what's going on. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there?
We'll just have to see what the future holds.
Oh, that's me talking. We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder in a very friend-zoney manner. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's do this. Okay. look at her bouncing. I don't give a shit what happens with this character, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. I feel I'm committing to Yuri. I just wanna see where this goes. Existence. Doki. Doesn't that just mean like cute? Socks. Oh, that was a... I don't know what's which word was gonna be Yuri for that? These are some of the... A lot of these are the same words we saw last time, aren't they? Melancholy. Vertigo. I am in misery. Oh, that was you. Oh, look at the word she's picking. She's picking words like misery. She's probably gonna pick like sad, bed. I stay in bed all day. Yeah. I'm committing already? I think so, yeah. I think I'm gonna... Unless, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how the... Like, what the, like, story beats of this game are. If, like, you have a chance to, like, see how another girl is before... I don't know. But I'm just gonna... See how far it goes with the... Oh. Extraordinary is a big word. Maybe I'll accidentally get Sayori. Sugar! Depression. Oh my god! God. She's gonna kill herself. Effulgent. Unrequited. What? I'm accidentally picking Sayori. She used the word unrequited in her poem. Oh my god. Okay. I don't know. Eternity. Whirlwind.
Kawaii.
That's probably Natsuki. Massacre. That's good. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. What time is it? It's 9:11 right now. I'll play this for like half an hour more. I use the word play in quotes. It's a visual novel. It is what it is. You click, you advance the story. You make some decisions once in a while. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. I should probably save. I haven't seen this. Or I haven't selected that at all.
Hi, Garrett.
Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today.
I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all.
I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway.
Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Feed me, Seymour. Will you come with me to buy a snack?
No thanks. Why didn't I have an option to say that?
That's not like it.
Oh, is my character like making decisions based on like who I pick for the poem? I have my reasons. I'm kind of turning into an asshole. I don't want to do that. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori?
Why that? All of a sudden.
No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it.
Ah!
Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori.
That's not fair.
How did you even know?
How did you even know?
It's simple. It's simple, really. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. Yeah, Bad Kid Games, it's kind of a weird, like, inappropriate question to, like, ask a girl to see their purse. You gotta ask for something specific. But I guess it was just a coin purse, what the game meant. There are a lot of treasures in a woman's purse. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. Girls are always hungry and always cold. And so that only leaves one option.
Ooh-ah! I give up. Don't make me feel guilty.
If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty.
Ahaha.
Yuri suddenly giggles.
Eh?
I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always.
I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book.
Yuri!
Kazooie!
Tell Garrett to let me borrow some money. I'm a broke-ass bitch.
Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Jesus.
I actually dated a gold digger a few years ago. That's a whole story. It's a whole long story. It was a Tinder girl. So you know how that goes. But yeah, she long story short, like, we went on like a few dates, and on like the last date we had, like, I asked her, like, is it alright if we, like, because I had paid for like her lunch like the first couple dates, because I was the one that asked her out, and then we went to get food, and I asked her, like, is it cool if we, like, split the check? And she's like, yeah, it's fine. So she agreed, and then like when I was dropping her off, like, I went in for a kiss, and she wouldn't do it, and she's like, no. And I was like, oh, huh? Okay. And then she left, and I was very confused, and then she texted me after she left saying, like, if you're not gonna pay for dinner, I'm not gonna kiss you. And I fucking blocked that bitch. And that's not the only, like, story. There's, like, she, like, conned me into, like, paying for half a diamond necklace for her. So yeah, that's a whole story I'm not gonna get into right now.
I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book.
Ugh.
Ah.
Ah, I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri.
It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun...
It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you.
That's... There's no way you could think that.
You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution.
Retribution. What was that word in Charlie, in Always Sunny? He's talking to like the lawyer. I don't remember. Charlie's illiterate, so there's a lot of words. Unless you're one of them hypercondocious types. Hypochondriacs. Yeah, them too.
That!
Still, coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? The devil you know, the devil you know, the devil you don't. Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me.
But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes.
So I had to trick Natsuki.
Into making them.
Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. What the fuck? Did I just slap her? Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk.
Ow!
Pretty sure Charlie can read and write just fine. His notes seem perfectly normal. Oh yeah, like, the one about, like, the like, terrorist threat. You, America, we are good.
What was... a cookie?
Sure enough, a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around.
Is this a miracle?
Is this a miracle? Hey Casey, that was the first thing you wrote. Did you know this was coming?
It's because I paid my restitution.
Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked.
I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though.
Natsuki! That's so nice of you. I'm so happy.
Sayori hugs the cookie? How do you do that? You're gonna, like, crumble it. Jeez, just eat it. Yeah. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite.
So good.
Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth.
I bit my tongue.
You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie.
Oh, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I eat yours too?
Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers.
But yours is chocolate.
Chocolate! Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one?
Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me.
What is all this filler? What is this cookie shit? Are we gonna get to the poems? Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Aw, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her.
Nom 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 nom.
Sayori suddenly leads down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie.
Hey!
Did you seriously just do that? Mouth full, Sayori trots away. Trot. I like the term trot. Yuri and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Oh no. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today?
Not me.
Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual.
I hope she's okay.
Oh no. Oh no, she's the first one. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do, okay? Like hang herself. She's pretty popular after all. Now that's a twist if Monica killed herself. She'd be the least one I'd expect.
Eh? You don't think she has a...
I wouldn't be surprised. Period. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined.
That's true.
Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings wide open. Oh, she's fine. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Yeah, I'd hate to have to stop doing my Scottish accent. Quote-unquote Scottish, quote-unquote accent. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monica
chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed.
But boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Ah, never mind. Oh. Well, how are you supposed to make Monica your waifu? Because she's not one of, like, the poetry vocab options. What held you up anyway? Ah. Well, my last... Oh. Yeah, okay. She's talking about a class. Well, my last period was today in study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. Oh, I don't really. I kinda just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano.
That's so cool! You should play something for us, Monica.
That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. I see what you're doing, clever girl.
Yay!
That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. I like that my character, he just says like the most like inoffensive, well, for the most part, other than like saying Yuri was like afraid to and like second guessing herself. It's just, he's just so like
unopinionated. Very milquetoast.
Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Garrett.
Monica smiles sweetly and just hip bumps all the other girls off screen.
Oh. I didn't mean... That's me.
I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that.
Oh, don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see.
In that case, best of luck.
Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I?
No, you missed some cookie bullshitting. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finishes her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet.
Now Tom Cruise is in the closet. Tom Cruise, Josh Photo in the closet.
Okay. Hey Yuri.
Huh? Ah.
I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Ah, no. I was kind of just waiting for you.
Ah, if that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started?
Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Not at all. Oh, is this tea gonna be laced with something? Laced with, like, love potion number 9?
If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well.
Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet.
Now Yuri, Natsuki in the closet.
I followed and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside.
Can you hold this for a second?
Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle.
I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll go get some water.
She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements.
Yeah, watch your body move.
To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical.
Okay, I may have the water pitcher. May I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back.
I might as well walk with you.
Yeah, why not? Shall we go then?
Yeah. Where are you two off to? Yuri's going to make some tea, so I suddenly realize how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Alright, can we go in the hallway to make out now, please, Monica?
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? You're not gonna boink in the bathrooms, are you?
That's... Monica, please mind your own business for once.
Oh yeah, Yuri wants to make out.
Or do you want to tell me that there's something wrong with helping involve Garrett in club activities?
My mouth gapes. Probably shouldn't do that. I'm just gonna stand here seductively then. Put my, yeah, both of them have their arms behind their back to, like, you know, express their chests. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that.
Then let's go, Garrett. Oh boy, yes. Here it comes. She's gonna pin me to the wall and deep throat me with her tongue. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. The wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri? Something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Garrett? Oh, it's gonna happen. How come even when I do something bad, you're being nice? Did you notice how the music changed? Like right as she said my name, became like pretty, and like melancholy, kind of romantic. Because now kiss. Nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem to be in your head. Nobody's perfect. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I don't have XSplit anymore, so I gotta do this in a real slow. Sorry, I'm so unprofessional. Oh, because I have it as image. Sorry. Video. Okay. Alright, I'm done. Glad I wasted that time. Bringing the stream to a dead stop. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Why am I like being such a dad?
Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. You see, that's poetry right there. You're a hurricane. Ah. Dilly says, the subtle nightmare of a show no adults knew about as their kids slowly slipped into sanity from watching it. Yeah. Yeah. Never gave me nightmares, though. I was always just like, wow, this show's cool, because it's weird. No. Wouldn't you hate me for being something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? Yuri, it's simple. Just make it happen. Make it happen, Anime Garrett. This is the perfect opportunity. So why would I hate you? Yuri, I like you a lot. And then put your hand on her cheek. See that hair dangling in front of her ear? Put it behind her ear. Just kiss her. See what happens. I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yes, friend. Yuri, good. Yuri, friend. Yuri lifts her head. Garrett, I really like being friends with you. Oh no, don't let the friend zone happen. Don't you fuck this up! Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I think you probably have like 24 hours. What was that? There's an episode of Scrub where like when you miss an opportunity to kiss a girl, you have 24 hours before you're permanently in the friend zone. So if it doesn't happen today, it's gotta happen tomorrow at this time. Anyway. Yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the class. Don't blue ball me like that. Garrett, do you like oolong tea? No, but I like Oolong Johnson. Oh yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. That water fountain has mono. I hope that's a myth. You know what's not a myth, though? Is water fountains having chewing tobacco spat right all over it. I've seen that at school, and I've seen that when I worked at Goodwill, which is honestly like a more likely place for it to happen. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do anything less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything.
You wanna know what's in this tea? Yo. You feeling the tea yet?
In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed.
What else do you notice about me? I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try to expressing myself a little bit more. Yeah, the Donkey Kong version. I haven't seen that in a while, but I watched like all that guy's mashups. I like the interviews he made. Like the interview with Ed Sheeran. Literally having a birthday. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway. Can you feel the heat between us? The connection? Oh, this girl likes me. Don't let her friends on you. Ah. That's great, Yuri. Also, I think I like the name Yuri the most out of these. It's easy to say. Assuming I'm pronouncing it right. I don't know, like what Uri? That doesn't sound right. Just don't push yourself too much. Don't get cocky, kid. You're always worrying about me, Garrett. It's very endearing. That's... Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Garrett, I have another request. What's it gonna be? Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Oh yeah, we can get real close. Our knees can touch. Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. Oh yeah, I bet she has back problems. Being tall and down. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending at my desk. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why the game knows. It's most likely because my... yeah. Your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading. Yeah. I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. Fetch the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. Ah, I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as the last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our butts touch. Our bodies are even closer to each other. Yeah. Our knees. I can feel her knee with my knee. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. Oh yeah, it's getting hot. But like, no joke, this is kind of like what my fantasies were in high school, and now that I like still have because like I never really had a long-term relationship in high school. So like the whole like studying together and like accidentally like brushing hands next to each other. It's cheesy, but goddamn, if it doesn't marionette my strings the right way. Yuri was always kind of cute, but now she's hot. When she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand, that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Yikers! Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She hasn't noticed the bulge. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away, and she no longer gives a shit about me. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. You shouldn't put something hot between your legs if you're trying to focus. Ah, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. Oh, that's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Oh. Look at the dust particles. It's good. Good touch. Anime ears are kind of weird, aren't they? It's like, how do you make that like as cute as the rest of the face? It kind of gets the shaft. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading it from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. What? Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just do that? Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Garrett. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Oh, well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do. 'Cause that's what friends do. 'Cause that's what friends do. Right? I mean, yeah, friends shove chocolate in each other's mouths. Not really in this kind of context, but yeah, that's all it was. Yeah. Then you don't need to stop or anything. Keep shoving chocolate in my mouth. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Better relieve the tension. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers. But this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this?
Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and fall to the rhythm of her breaths. Breaths. I raise my arm and put it around her. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. This is really stirring the pot here. Oh. Okay, everyone. Ooh, Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Garrett, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. Oh, clock is ticking now. I gotta kiss Yuri before it's too late. It's gonna happen. It better happen. I better get to kiss Yuri. This better not just be like blue balls the entire way through. I'm gonna be pissed off. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, it doesn't even matter. We hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Yes, don't let time slip away in the night. Okay, yeah. It's almost 10. I've been streaming for feels like 3 hours. But yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm interested to seeing what happens. Seeing what the disturbing things that are gonna happen are. And hopefully get to kiss Yuri. So, thanks for stopping by, everyone. Save here. And I might be able to return to this tomorrow. So, I'll see you later. Yeah. Alright. Good. More fun than I realize. Maybe I'm just a sucker for anime stuff. Or not anime stuff, but like high school like flirty, I don't know. Max looking at me like, just stop talking. What are you doing, dude? Shut up. Alright. See you later.